Middle East and Africa 2022. Welcome to Visa Everywhere Initiative Central Europe, the Middle East and Africa 2022. Welcome to Visa Everywhere Initiative Central Europe, the Middle East, and Africa 2022. Today's participants represent the top startups recruited across the region. These finalists will compete to win $45,000 in total prizes. The winner will represent Central Europe, the Middle East, and Africa in the Visa Everywhere Initiative Global Finals in Qatar. To select our winners, we have a robust panel of judges representing the startup community and Visa. It's time to kick off the Visa Everywhere Initiative Central Europe, the Middle East, and Africa 2022. Here is your host, Richie Santos Diaz, Economic Development Advisor, Head of Emerging Economies for the FinTech Times, and the founder of the Young American Expat.
Hi, everybody. My name is Richie Santos Diaz, and I'll be your host for this very special edition of the Visa Everywhere Initiative, Central Europe, Middle East, and Africa, CEMEA 2022. We are so excited to have you all tune in today. Visa has selected an impressive cohort of startups and fintechs, all of which are doing groundbreaking work in Central and Eastern Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Over 1,000 applicants were received. That's a very, very impressive number. These companies are all poised to change the world of payments and solve the challenges of tomorrow. But before we get started, here are some words from Andrew Torre, Regional President of Visa Central Europe, Middle East, and Africa, CEMEA. Over to you, Andrew.
Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to welcome you all to this year's finals of the Visa Everywhere Initiative competition for Central and Eastern Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. The Visa Everywhere Initiative is an open innovation program that provides fintechs and startups with a global stage to showcase innovative next-generation payment products and digital solutions. Across the world, startups are competing for a chance to join the Visa Everywhere Initiative network. This is the same network of startups that our product teams from all over the world access for new solutions. Since its launch in 2015, startups from over 100 countries have collectively raised more than $16 billion in funding and addressing one of the biggest challenges faced by early-stage entrepreneurs. Today, we are proud to share with you that the Visa Everywhere Initiative Network now includes more than 8,500 startups from across the globe, and this number continues to grow each year. Last year's CEMEA competition finale brought several innovative solutions that covered various facets of digital commerce, with PayZ, Georgia-based fintech, moving to the global finals and winning a total of $15,000, as well as gaining access to Visa's global network. We also saw the Pakistan-based SafePay win audience favorite and receive a total prize of $10,000. And we have had so many other success stories as a result of this competition. In May this year, our Global Women's Editions winner in 2019, Tez Financial, was acquired by ZoomPay. Having won the final event, Tez Financial was awarded not only $100,000 in prize money, but importantly had the opportunity to showcase their solutions on a global stage. Tez became the first fintech in Pakistan to be granted a non-bank financial company license in 2018 and carved a niche in the Pakistan market for specialized nano-loan consumer lending, in particular to support the unbanked and underbanked. We're delighted to have played a small yet significant role in their success. We remain committed to supporting these startups as part of our brand promise to enable financial inclusion and unlock access for individuals and businesses to thrive. We're passionate about working together and strongly believe we can reach a wider audience by collaborating to bring the benefits of convenient, secure, and seamless payments to more people. Fintechs and other payment innovators are transforming the way consumers and businesses make payments, making it easier for more people to access the money they need when they need it. The pandemic has shown us just how critical this is. In CEMEA, we have witnessed substantial growth in the fintech sector. As in past years, the number of applicants from CEMEA has exceeded those of other Visa regions, especially in Nigeria and Kenya, where we had 406 and 59 applicants respectively. For the first time, we held two unforgettable country-specific editions of the competition in Egypt and Saudi Arabia. Both countries have seen strong growth in the fintech sector. Congratulations to Nakapti and Nekodlet for taking top prize and earning spots in the CEMEA finals. We have been extremely impressed with the quality of entrants from the region and very much look forward to showcasing the breadth of newly discovered talent with you all today. This year is set to be our biggest competition yet, with over $250,000 in prizes and the opportunity for the CEMEA winner to compete in December's global finals in Qatar. Today, we will see 5 of the region's most creative disruptors and innovative startups compete for the CEMEA title. Thank you for joining us. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our esteemed panel of judges, Ori Dian Asim, Raja Al-Mazrui, Nika Kurdiani, Hatem Dawader, Aida Diarra, and Otto Williams. And to our participants, I wish you all the very best of luck. Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew. And now, I want to introduce our esteemed judges. We first have Otto Williams, Senior Vice President, Head of Partnerships, Innovation, and Digital Solutions for Visa Central and Eastern Europe, Middle East, and Africa, CEMEA, Visa. We then have Aida Diarra, Senior Vice President and Head of Sub-Saharan Africa, Visa. We then have Ori Diana Asim, Group Head of Cards at EcoBank, Nika Kurdiani, Deputy CEO at TBC Bank, Raja Al-Mazrui, Executive Vice President of the Dubai International Financial Center's DIFC FinTech Hive, and finally, Hatem Dawader, Group CEO, EN Etasala. We're so excited to have you all join us today. Next, I want to introduce our 5 finalists. First, John Maddie of Club, Dina El Fuli of Nakapti, Yomi Saleh of CarePay, Mohammed Milyani of Nekodlet, and finally, Ayo Arakawi of Thrive Agric. A big virtual round of applause for our judges and finalists. So, how will today work? Each of our 5 finalists will have 4 minutes to pitch, followed by 4 minutes of Q&A with our judges. Startups will be judged on solution and pitch presentation, Visa partnership opportunities, desirability and uniqueness, and finally, feasibility of product and solution. Once all the startups have pitched, the judges will deliberate privately and select the winner, who will receive $25,000 in prize money. Today, we also have a very special prize sponsored by the startup's favorite Visa product, Visa Direct. The Visa Direct winner will receive $10,000 in prize money. And for those of you in the audience today, your votes will decide the audience favorite winner, who will receive $10,000. After all the startups have pitched, there will be a link and a QR code to the voting page that will pop up on the screen, along with all the instructions and how to place your vote. You will have 2 minutes to cast your vote, so stay tuned and stay ready. While the judges are deliberating later in the show, Visa will be hosting a very special guest, Mariam Farad, founding CEO of Humanizing Brands Middle East. Now, let's get on to the pitches. First off, I want to give a big warm welcome to John Maddie of Club, the fast contactless solution for paying bills at restaurants. John, over to you and good luck.
Hi everyone, I'm John Mahdi. I'm the co-founder and managing director for Club in the Middle East, and we're the fastest way to pay your bill at a restaurant. We solve for a real inefficiency at a restaurant. Say I'm out in Dubai in TGI Fridays, and it's quite busy with the waiters. It can take me up to 10 to 15 minutes to get the waiter's attention, get the credit card machine and do the payment. It gets worse if I'm out with a large group of friends and we're splitting the bill, and the credit card machine has to go around one by one, and also some pay with cash, etc. So it can be quite inefficient for restaurants and for customers. We solve that with a simple solution that doesn't need download or registration from customers. We integrate with the restaurant's point of sale system, and when I go to the restaurant, I will see a unique QR code on the table that when I scan, I can see immediately the bill of what I ordered from the waiter. I can pay using different methods, and then I'm out in a few seconds. If I'm out with friends, say I'm out with Mark, I can split the bill easily. We both scan the QR code. He puts 40 and I put 20. I can also put an individual tip amount that I want to pay. And at the end, I can also leave a Google review for my experience at the restaurant. Overall, restaurants, waiters, and customers have been very happy with our experience. Restaurants are able to save more than 15 minutes per table, which means they can drive more revenue in the same serving time. They're able to collect more positive reviews, up to 7 times more on our Google reviews, and waiters can get 12% more tips by club. Customers have also been happy, and we've seen in certain restaurants adoption being more than 50% of total payments in the restaurant. It's been an exciting journey for us so far. We've been live in 7 countries and adding more, in CEMEA, specifically in UAE, Saudi, and Turkey. We've been able to cover a large number of point of sale systems that we support, more than 40, and this part has been quite complex given the fragmentation of the point of sale market. We're working with more than 500 restaurants, and we've seen so far that more than 50% or 55% of our payments happening through Visa. We're enriching the experience for restaurants and for customers. So we're adding now a lot of features such as interactive menus that restaurants can customize. We're adding the ordering functionality, which serves different types of restaurants, especially quick service ones. We want to equip restaurants with analytics about their customers' behaviors and spend, and enable them to customize more and more their club experience, for example, linking to their social media accounts. Our business model relies on 3 main models. One is making margins on the transaction costs, and this is why we went global and we want to aggregate a large volume of transactions. The second is on the services that we want to provide, the value-added services, which I mentioned in the previous slide. And the last one is the BNPL model, which we call Eat Now, Pay Later. So say at TGI Fridays, I'm doing my daughter's birthday with a large group. I'm picking the bill. I would rather pay it on installments rather than hitting the bank account in one go. And this we'll be able to monetize on in the future. We're very excited to be working with Visa in this initiative, and an endorsement from Visa will be very significant for us, for the different partners we work with, whether it's restaurants or the point of sale providers, etc. We want to explore using Visa token services to make payment easy for our customers. We want to explore using Visa Direct to settle easier and faster with the large number of merchants that we work with. And we see ourselves and Visa aligned on working towards making more cashless transactions and bringing them to the digital world. So we're happy to be disrupting the payment side of the restaurant business with Visa. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, John. You're getting restaurants' attentions, you're getting the audience attention, you got my attention, but did you get the judges' attention? So, Otto, did you have a question for John after his presentation?
Absolutely. Great presentation, John. Thank you. Very well articulated. Question for you. In this environment, resilience is going to be very important. Could you say a little bit more about your revenue model and what your path to profitability is?
So yeah, as I mentioned, the key one in the shortest term is the margin on transaction costs, and we're also building the different services I mentioned that we should be able to sell or to provide to restaurants at certain value and drive more revenue on that front. As we're adding now more and more restaurants, we're able to aggregate such volume that is, we can then reduce our own transaction fees with our payment gateways. And then monetize pretty quickly. So that's kind of the view we have on the profitability model going forward.
Ori, did you have a question as well for John?
Definitely. Listening to John, this is a very interesting concept. So, John, just to find out you've spoken mainly about restaurants. Is there a chance for scalability for this to any other segments where payments are required, or is this going to be niche only for restaurants and food industry?
Thanks, Ori. Our focus at the moment is on the restaurant industry. The addressable market in the countries I mentioned is more than $150 billion. It's a massive industry that we're part of. Our starting point is on the dine-in side of restaurants. As we add more functionalities, we're able to tap into other parts of the market, such as takeaway restaurants, quick service restaurants, etc., where, for example, we may offer ordering. So we still have quite a long way to go in the food and beverage industry before we start thinking of other sectors, to be honest.
Nika, do you have any questions as well for John?
Yes, definitely, and very interesting concept, John. Well done. One thing is how I understood how you attract the restaurants and so to say the merchants, but how do you attract the private individuals? How do you scale that part?
You mean attracting
and how do you ensure the stickiness of those?
That's a great question. Actually, it's what we're doing at the moment requires a certain change of behaviors from consumers. So since COVID, all customers are used to seeing a QR code on the table, but it's primarily for menus. We're now changing the behavior that you don't need to request for the bill or the credit card machine. You can just do it with the QR codes, right? And it takes quite a bit of time. Even if we say in big fonts, pay here, customers still don't get it. So we work quite closely with each restaurant we work with the waiters that we train. We try different types of designs. We try different types of incentives model for the customers to make it work. With the idea is, and this is what we've seen, is once they've tried once or twice, it is literally that simple. That then repeat customers start using it more and more. We've also on purpose did not make it an app to download or the required registration. We wanted to make the process pretty seamless for the customer to drive maximum conversion as well.
Thank you so much, John. I'm afraid we're out of time. I can definitely say that you made me hungry after watching your presentation and this Q&A. So thank you so much, John. And please stay tuned for the next pitch.
Thank you, Richard.
Next up, I want to welcome on the digital stage Dina El-Fouli of Nakapti, the fintech platform for the automation of trade and labor unions. Dina, good luck.
Hello everyone, welcome to Nakapti, the first fintech platform for the automation of syndicates and labor unions in Africa. I am Dina El-Fouli, co-founder and product management head. First of all, let's have a glance at our market. According to the International Trade Union Confederation, we have 200 million workers in 166 countries across the world, from different professions that belongs to trade unions or syndicates. Actually, syndicates are not just about strikes or political views. They offer their member bundle of valuable services like healthcare programs, travel services, training and coaching, employment services, financial services, and many much more. Actually, this market segment is totally unseen and underserved, and from here comes the opportunity for Nakapti to bloom. In Egypt, we have 25 vocational syndicates and 24 labor unions that serve around 15 million people. And from here, we started our first pilot marketing penetration. And also, we expanded our business to Ghana. And we are ready now for more business expansion to the region. Let me tell you about Mohammed, who is an Egyptian civil engineer working in Europe. He has joined the healthcare program of his syndicate for the sake of his parents, who are not covered by any healthcare insurance program. Mohammed's father each year has to go by himself for the syndicate several times for having his services, having long days in traffic queues and routine till he gets his services paid. And by the pandemic of COVID-19 makes this mission really very concerning for his safety. But now, and after the use of application Nakapti, Mohammed paid all his services in just a few simple clicks. All what he has to do is just open the app, sign up his account against his data records in the syndicate, add his family members while uploading their documents, pay using his Visa card in less than 5 minutes. Nakapti is a comprehensive platform that easily automating the syndicate services, starting from the digital online onboarding upfront to the other services of the syndicate. Actually, our platform can be seamlessly and easily integrated with any syndicate using our standard APIs. Actually, what Nakapti has achieved so far is very overwhelming. We succeeded in 1 year with the Egyptian Syndicate of Engineering for serving more than 500,000 members, doing 180,000 payment transactions that worth around $8 million, and we have online pharmacy orders that exceeded $1 million. Our business model is very easy and straightforward. We have a percentage commission fees per transaction and a SaaS model operational fees per month, and that depends on the syndicate setup. On the other hand, we have client segmentation plans. We are looking for a partnership with Visa to be able to transform the plastic membership card into a financial card to enable members pay all their financial services using tokenized with Nakapti mobile app, building a super app, Nakapti Pay. With Visa Direct, we can pay out and transfer money faster through Visa Direct network among all subscribers and service providers. On the acceptance side, we will leverage Visa CyberSource along with the payment solution among all subscribers and service providers. Nakapti's vision with Visa is penetrating 20% of the Egyptian and African market that represents around 4 million people in 5 years. Also, we are looking forward for a market penetration in the GCC region. Nakapti with Visa is looking for a powerful and significant social impact for millions of underserved people by empowering syndicates and labor unions to achieve sustainable health, quality of education, gender equality, decent work, and strong institutions by the power of fintech, not only in Egypt, not only in Africa, but all over the world, everywhere. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dina, for that great pitch. But most importantly, what do the judges think? Otto, what question you might have for Dina?
Dina, thank you. Great presentation, impactful solution. Question for you. Can you tell us a little bit about your team and how easy it is to scale this solution to other markets?
Okay, our team, actually, we are a diversified team with different experiences from digital payments and finance and microfinance and telco operators and information technology. Our team worked hand by hand with the syndicate members and employees so that we can give them the value of what we are doing and how we can save their time and how we can help them do their work easily and pay for their services easily and quickly. Our team expansion will help us to expand more into the market and help penetrate into more syndicates and give the trust between us and the syndicate people, members, to use our application. So we have the calibers to enable us penetrate easily and convince whether the syndicates or the members to use our application.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ida, I'm going to hand over the microphone to you. Do you have any questions you might have for Dina?
I actually do. Dina, thank you for a great presentation. Want to bounce back on Otto's last question and understand what would be your expansion plans beyond Egypt once you are ready to scale. And then I will add another small question, which is to expand a little bit on your segmentation strategy, because you mentioned that the future plans are around being a little bit more focused on specific segment. Can you tell us more about this?
Okay, actually, we are looking for more expansion across the market by having our successful story we done with the Egyptian Syndicate of Engineering, and we already have some syndicates in our pipeline to be launched very soon. We are looking forward for partnerships with large institutions, like, for example, ILO, where it will help us penetrate more into more countries and give us the trust and the power so that we can penetrate more. We are looking for partnership with large banks in Egypt and service providers in the medical sector or financial sector, so we can provide more products to our customers and to have a diversified portfolio so that we can deliver an outstanding product to this market segment.
Nika, do you have any questions you might have for Dina?
Yes, I have question. It's also about expansion, but not only to other countries, but also in Egypt. How heavy is the expansion in terms of human involvement, labor involvement? Because as I understood, you have to onboard the syndicates or the trade unions, right? And you make them interested in your solution so that they use it to serve
Yes,
their people. So how difficult it is to scale, because in every country you will end up with sales teams, right, which will onboard more and more partners.
Okay, we are looking for delivering a quality and service excellency to these syndicates. They don't have the arm or the capabilities to do it easily to their members. They are working in a very routine way, having a strong, very wide gap between them and their members. So what we offer is giving them a full comprehensive platform with excellent delivery, giving them technical support and customer support services all over and above our platform. We work closely with the syndicate people who are decision makers to show them how is the difference between working on a classic way and working to the digital transformation way, and they actually sense the value. Giving them the opportunity for taking less employees to do the work, less people crowd in their syndicates, less paperwork and routine. So actually penetrating into the market in Egypt with syndicates and labor unions, yes, it takes some effort to give them the evidences that if they go digitally, they will work better. And actually our success story with the Egyptian Syndicate of Engineering gives a role model to other syndicates to work accordingly.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we're out of time. Thank you so much, judges, and thank you, Dina. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Next up, I want to welcome on stage Yomi Soleh of CarePay. CarePay is an aggregator of healthcare services for insured and non-insured persons. Yomi, the stage is yours. Good luck.
Hi, my name is Yomi, Managing Director at CarePay Nigeria. The predominant challenge within the CEMEA region is a huge out-of-pocket spend. In this situation, people have to delay access to healthcare due to affordability. And by out-of-pocket spend, we mean private individuals are responsible for their own healthcare spend through their savings or contributions from family and friends. And what have we done? What we have done is to negotiate, aggregate, and coordinate discounts across multiple healthcare offers to be able to drive affordability for subscribers. We've also figured out that this will be beneficial to enterprises in diversifying their loyalty offerings beyond travel and hospitality. How does this work? Meet Ben. Ben is a nurse who works with little babies. He's had long-sightedness for a while, but could not afford the cost of prescription spectacles. However, he recently opened a bank account with one of our sponsor enterprises who paid for his subscription, and he was able to get 40% off his glasses. Now he can do his job safely. Also, he's become an advocate for the bank, encouraging his parents, family, and friends to open bank accounts with that bank. Also, remittances from his siblings abroad run directly into his bank account, and he continues to make use of his cards very frequently. The CarePay Healthcare Merchant offers business model. It's a two-sided marketplace which connects healthcare merchants with subscribers. We have two routes to market. One is B2C through the healthcare.carepay.com digital marketplace and the loyalty program for large enterprises. Our revenue model in phase one, where we're now, focuses on subscription fees from retail customers and administration fees from sponsoring enterprises. In phase two, we will transition to transaction fees from healthcare merchants. Customer journey is straightforward. Individuals can enroll at healthcare.carepay.com, or sponsoring enterprises can share data via secure APIs with us. When individuals need access to care, they go to the merchants who validate their eligibility, they assess care, and they can pay with their bank cards or cash as the case might be required. Where are we now? We're present in 1 country. We expect to be in 5 countries in 3 years, and we expect to have over 10 million subscribers, processing $2 billion in healthcare payments annually. What can we do with Visa? With Visa, we think we can extend the healthcare merchant offers to Visa cardholders through introduction to Visa partners and through the use of Visa APIs, especially Visa Direct, to enhance our payment from subscribers to healthcare merchants. This will really enable us capture transaction fees from the healthcare merchants directly, and also provide us with 24/7 availability and real-time payments to the healthcare merchants. We think this healthcare merchant offers initiative has great potential to drive affordability for cardholders and to differentiate the Visa brand. The reality is that right now, in view of the pandemic, every brand, every enterprise is a healthcare company of some sort, and Visa has a lot of initiatives in this regard. A partnership with CarePay will help to consolidate Visa's activities in this area. The Visa commitment to clients and customers is to be everywhere they are, and there's no better way of showing this than to be with them in hospitals, clinics, and pharmacies when they are most vulnerable, and work together with CarePay to ensure that everyone everywhere can afford the healthcare that they need. Thank you.
Great job, Yomi. But did you impress the judges? So, Raja, I'm going to hand over the microphone to you. Did you have any questions for Yomi?
Thank you, Yomi. Excellent presentation and excellent solution. You mentioned you're planning to expand to 5 countries within the next 3 years. What is your plan how do you plan to execute that? And then the second question is, based on your collection of all of this data, you are collecting 2 main elements about the data for an individual, the financial and the healthcare. How do you plan to build on all of this data to create maybe personalized insurance plans for these individuals?
Thank you, Raja. So just to mention that CarePay is already operational in 2 countries with an office in a third. We're operational in Nigeria, Kenya, and also have an office in Tanzania. So natural progression of the healthcare merchant offers is to move from Nigeria to Kenya. In fact, there are plans to do that this year, and Tanzania next year. And we already have plans to be in Uganda and Ghana as well. So indeed, we started off as a company focused on driving health insurance penetration. But we just observed that the adoption was low. So you're spot on. The plan is to actually leverage personal healthcare spend and personal healthcare data to be able to offer them personalized health insurance. At the moment, most Africans don't have an affinity for health insurance products because most of them are not customized, so to speak, for the individual. They're designed on the basis of a set of conditions or benefits. And many people also, when we spoke to our non-customers why they were not subscribing, told us that they've always preferred to pay out of pocket. But we do know that over time, if we can demonstrate savings to them, significant savings to them through the discount card offerings or the healthcare merchants offering, we will be able to pivot them to personalized health insurance products.
Thank you.
Hatham, do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. Excellent presentation. And of course, healthcare is very relevant everywhere around the world. And we've seen that in the last few years. So question for you, going forward, when do you expect that business to be profitable? And if you can tell me a little bit of your thoughts on the long term of the business. Is this going to be a viable standalone business, or you want to grow enough where you can sell one day to one of the big global health insurers?
So when do we think we'll be profitable? So actually, our model is very low costs, and we're making great traction, especially on member acquisition, because our model has 2 routes to market. One is the individual subscriber model, but on the business-to-business consumer model or enterprise loyalty aspect of our business, we're actually seeing a lot of traction. traction from the pension fund industry, where they want to give these benefits to their customers. So I reckon while we have an ambition of 10 million subscribers in 3 years, we are very likely to actually hit 1 million subscribers and achieve break-even this year in Nigeria and Kenya. I'm very sure about that. As to our long-term plans, definitely we have a number of private equity investors or social impact investors, I should say, more focused on impact than massive exits, but I do not rule out an exit in the next couple of years to a strategic investor. In fact, we're planning for our Series B in 2 years from now, 24 months from now at the very latest. Or however, we intend to continue to remain a going concern, but I do not rule out a strategic sale as well, I should say.
Definitely always aim high. Thank you, Captain. Now, I'm excited to introduce to you all Mohammed Miliani of Nekodlet, your best solution in managing expenses and purchases for you and your team. Mohammed, the stage is yours. Good luck.
In my previous startup as a managing director, I always end up using my personal card for all of the company purchases, mixing that with my personal expense. That's lead to a legal and auditing exposure with a long reconciliation process. And sometimes I receive a crazy midnight calls from the CTO asking me, please, one of the servers is not working anymore, do the payment. In real life, bookkeeper chasing the team each month, asking them, please upload the receipt. They don't have the ability for live tracking. The team member chased the finance department, asking for their claim, and the founder wastes their time. On average, it saves 20 minutes to complete only one manual expense report. We are not the only one. There are more than 19 million SMEs in the MENA regions with more than 33 million employees working with them. I am Mohammed Miliani, the founder and CEO of Nekodlet. In today's world, the SMEs, they have a painful experience. They have to fill a lot of paper. Sometimes they need to fill a paper to change the PIN code of the card, and they don't have the overview or the full overview over their expenses. We built an elegant piece. Immediately, you can start on board the team member without any legacy paperwork. You will be able to instantly issue a Visa card for them with full control where and when they can spend their money, and you have the ability for live visibility to interactive live dashboard showing you where are you spending the money and instant monitor and reconcile. In less than a minute, you will be able to export a detailed expense report showing all the needed information for the legal auditor or sometime for the authority if needed. This is happening a lot. Let's end the pain. Stop dealing with a lot of paperwork. No more untapped cash. Stop the chasing game, and for sure, you will no longer have legal exposure, and you will not receive a crazy midnight call. That means that you will be able to sleep well at night. Our revenue stream is from the interchange, issuing the card, FX rates. In the last 3 months, we received more than 3,000 requests without spending anything on the marketing. We did 300 demo, and we finished the onboarding of our first 25 clients for our first cohort, and we won several competitions. In the next 5 years, we are targeting to have more than 150,000 SMEs with active card of 600,000 and a volume transaction more than $15 billion and entering 3 new countries. We are 3 founders with different expertise in finance, technology, building a startup. Together with Visa, we can create great value for the SMEs relying on Visa API like transaction control. We will be able to fully customize the expense management for the SMEs. With the Visa travel notification, we will be able to provide the SMEs with the travel card, and we can introduce them to a new way of how they are dealing with each other in the businesses. Relying on Visa Direct. Today, the world becomes a small village. More and more remote employees are joining the SMEs. You can start payout immediately in real time with simplicity, very easily through Visa Direct API. Let's take it one step further. We are building a transforming expense management solution for the SMEs. Relying on the financial data that we have, the product will learn to predict, control, and improve the entire expense cycle in real time to help the SMEs make quicker and wiser spending decisions. Thank you. Together, let's create great value for the SMEs and help them to stay on top of their spending.
Great work, Mohammed. I love the slide in particular about let's end the pain. Unfortunately, we do have the Q&A, so there's a bit of pain, but hopefully it won't be too bad. So I want to hand it over to the judges now. Ori, did you have a question from Mohammed over here?
Yes, and which is not painful at all. Very excited by the solution Mohammed is proposing, because it's actually a pain point for most businesses and SMEs as far as expense management is concerned. So Mohammed, in terms of value adds, you would note that in most industries, most SMEs do not have like what we would call, you know, an official expense management tool or an accounting tool. Most of them would use some form of software or bookkeeping or the likes. What kind of value adds are you coupling up together or partnering up together with the solution that you're providing on the card side to be able to onboard as many SMEs into this solution? Thank you.
Okay. So as of today, most of the banks and most of the financial institutes, they don't provide the SMEs even with a prepaid card, a prepaid Visa card for them to be able to make the purchase. So this is one of the most important things that we are solving for them, to make them able to quickly having a prepaid card so they can do the purchase. And on top of that, we put the expense management solution. So it will help them to control the expense itself. And we are doing an integration with the most used accounting software or bookkeeping software. So they will be able to easily integrate. And the cost for them to switch or to use our solution is exactly zero. So they don't have any switching costs or a cost to switch to use our solution.
It's always hard to predict the future. Thank you, but I can predict that I think Hatham has a question. Hatham, go on.
Thank you. Very good presentation, and I definitely, it solves a problem that's existing. However, I know at least of half a dozen similar solutions around the world. So can you tell me what makes you really different to the point that you will prevail? Because as we know, normally in any solution, you end up with a number of people trying to get to the solution. In a very global environment now, only the best will survive. What makes you the best?
So to answer this question, it depends who are we competing with. So in the region here, if we are talking about a multinational company, so we are competing with them with the fees that the SMEs they had to pay, with the double taxation that they might face. And also we are focusing to give them a full experience how to deal with the local authority to solve the problem of the auditing and the legal exposure itself. If we are talking about the local player that we are hearing about every few days, we are hearing that a new player are coming to the market. So to compete with them, we are relying on the AI that we will have, and we are relying on the simplicity that we have to make it very easy for the SMEs to start with us. One of the most important things that we are looking for, because we know that the SMEs, they don't have the ability to have an expensive CFO or an expensive accountant. So we are helping them with a solution. It will be very easy for them to use, even if they have an entry-level accountant or an entry-level CFO. So this is one of the things that we will compete with. And since the local player still, most of them, they didn't operate yet. So based on that, we are keep changing our value, and we are keep changing how we are going to compete with them. And one of the most important things that we did with the 3,000 requests and the 300 demo, we are keep listening to our customer, what exactly they need and what exactly they want. And based on that, we are keep shifting our product based on the customer needs.
Unfortunately, we're out of time. Mohammed, hopefully it wasn't too painful, this Q&A, but thank you so much. And judges, thank you so much as well. Next up, I want to welcome on the digital stage, Ayo Arakawi of Thrive Agric. Thrive Agric is providing smallholder farmers access to finance, insight, and distribution. Ayo, the stage is yours. Good luck.
Hi, my name is Ayo, and I'm co-founder of Thrive Agric. Africa spends hundreds of billions of dollars importing food into the country yearly. And it's a big irony because we have 500 million smallholder farmers who are more than able to meet this demand. I grew up in a community in northern Nigeria called Kano, where farmers like Aisha face three major challenges. One is there is no credit history for her to be able to unlock finance. She has access to almost no information, and so she's doing less than 1/10 of the global average on her crops of her focus. And lastly, to sell her produce, she has to go through a chain of 6 middlemen. This is after losing about 40% due to post-harvest loss. At Thrive Agric, we fix this. We have agents on the field who are powered with our mobile bikes and our mobile app. It's called the Agriculture Operating System, and it's the first of its kind in Africa to digitize the entire agricultural value chain. The field officers are able to offline gather data around the farmers, credit score them, map their lands, disburse inputs, provide them quality seeds and fertilizers, and then they ensure the farmers get supported and are profitable. Farmers like Aisha are now able to get their KYC captured, they're able to get credit scores, our lands are mapped. She has access to advice and quality advice, things from based on how the rain is falling, what her soil type looks like, type of seed she goes, when to plant, when to fertilize, and when to spray. And lastly, at the end of harvests are collected into warehouses, and then she's able to sell to the FMCGs and unlock value. And we've done this since 2017 to now. Today, we've disbursed over $70 million in financing to farmers. Our farmers have 3 times the national average on their crops of focus. And lastly, they can sell locally and globally to FMCGs. And our goal is not just to do this for Aisha, right? Since 2017 till now, we've done this for over 249,999 other farmers. We've helped every single one of them to double their income and triple their output. But yet, 100% of these collections are still based on cash, right? Today, our partnership with Visa and the proposition is to be able to deploy more terminals on these locations, ensure the smartphones available for the agents can read cards and deploy Visa cards to every single farmer. Just imagine Aisha's name being on that card. We just haven't been waiting. We have over 1,000 terminals deployed today. They're processing over $5 million monthly, and we think this can easily grow to $5 billion because the market size is currently $8 trillion for offline collections. And we think what Visa card will be able to do for these farmers and ensure faster disbursement and secure transactions. We can create credit profiles for farmers like Aisha. So beyond just getting agricultural credit from us and advice, you can get things like financing for our children to go to school, or set up a house and ensure that she can roof that, right? And we're also able to digitize payment flows in these communities. And we've partnered with the best. So today we are selling to people like the World Food Program, we're integrated with the Central Bank of Nigeria, and all the big commercial banks like GT Bank, Providus Bank, and we even have the largest insurance provider on our platform today, Leadwell Assurance. And we want to help not just Aisha, not just the 249,999 other farmers, but also get to 11 million farmers across Africa by 2027. Because we think it's possible. We think that we need to get Africa feeding itself and then eventually feeding the world. And we've proven it, but we're just getting started. Right now, we're carrying out the pilot in Ghana, Kenya, and Zambia. And the goal is getting this be in 4 African countries by 2022, and then take over the world by 2027. Once again, my name is Ayo. We're building Thrive Agric. Our goal is to get Africa to feed herself and the world. We've started with Aisha at 249,499 other farmers, and we want to get to 11 million farmers. Thank you.
Well done, Ayo, and very interesting solution. But before you take over the world, I need to bring you over to the Q&A first. So judges, Otto, did you have any questions you wanted to ask Ayo?
I do. Ayo, thank you. Great presentation.
Thank you.
Revenue model and your agent network. What are the incentives that you have in place for growing that network and scaling this business?
So we make margins to it. So one is when the loans are disbursed, we make about a 5% spread on that from the input providers, and we make a 15% spread on sales. Last year we did a little close to $30 million in revenue, and we broke even last year. In terms of the agent spread, it's we recruit the agents within these communities, and then they essentially like refer other agents. So it's like a strong referral model within communities we decide to go to, and that's just how the agent model has grown so far.
Thank you.
Ida, any questions you might have as well?
Definitely. Thank you, Ayo, for a good presentation. Would you be able to describe for me the onboarding process for Aisha, for her to access all the solutions that you're making available to her?
Absolutely. So the agents get into these communities and they carry out things like a psychometric testing just to determine if Aisha is willing to pay her loan, right? Then they ask questions around the community leaders, around how long she's been planting for. They map out her farmland also, and they're able to take like soil analysis to determine if she's right to plant like either it's maize or it's corn or it's rice. We then share this data back to financial service providers. So today, we have three of Nigeria's biggest lenders on our platform lending directly to farmers, and she can then unlock that in credit. But the interesting thing is, as opposed to her just getting that in cash, she's now able to get that in quality seeds and fertilizers, because we give this data back to the seed companies, the fertilizer companies, who are able to blend specifically for her and give her just the right inputs to scale up production.
Raja, did you have any questions as well you might have?
Excellent presentation, and I think an amazing solution, especially at the time where food security is becoming a top world agenda. So well done. I can see you've onboarded 1 million on the platform, and your ambition is to go to 11 million. And my understanding, you're supporting the 1 million with 150 employees. The opportunity is huge. The solution is scalable, definitely. And I think the credibility that you have established will enable you to do that. Do you have a vision on what is the next funding that you will be looking at to achieve that? How many will you employ to work with you to achieve those numbers? And who will you be targeting in terms of investors to raise those funds?
So today, the actual number is 300,000. The goal is to get to 1 million by the end of next year, and then 11 million by 2027. In terms of who would we be looking at, so we're looking at some very strategic hires to come on board. I think our staff can probably grow definitely beyond 500 in terms of full-time hires. Right now, I said we're carrying out pilots there's somebody in Ghana at the moment, but we hope to be in Zambia and Kenya by Q4. And of course, we'll have to hire country leads in this location. We've also created our structure to have like vice president roles, and the goal is that they can just oversee like different arms and different functions of the product and the business generally. From a funding perspective, we're currently fundraising, and we're speaking to a couple of DFIs at the moment mostly, and then a couple of venture capital partners. We've previously also raised, we were part of Y Combinator. I've raised the pre-seed round, so now also raised like between a seed and a Series A round in a sense.
Good luck with your raise. I'm sure you'll achieve it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, judges. Unfortunately, we're out of time. Ayo, thank you again. Great presentation, and go on and take over the world now. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, startups, for those amazing pitches. Now, audience members, check out the link on your screen to vote for your favorite startup. The startup with the most votes will win $10,000 in prize money. You have 2 minutes to vote. And remember to come back to listen to our special guest, Miriam Braun. While the judges deliberate, we have a very special guest. A big warm welcome to Miriam Fra. Over to you, Miriam.
Thank you, Richie, and thank you, Visa, for having me today as the keynote for a very special and impactful initiative, Visa Everywhere. Now, I'm going to start off my speech today by congratulating everyone that has reached the final stage of the competition, and I wish all the 5 finalists my best wishes and best luck. Remember that you have already won by reaching this stage, and you have already won by actually extending your services to remote and people that don't have access to digital finance and digital literacy and financial literacy. Now, when I was asked to give the keynote today, I was extremely touched because this initiative by Visa, not only does it touch a lot of people's lives and it contributes heavily and positively to socioeconomic development, but it also talks about a very important issue, which is financial literacy, financial inclusion, and access to financial systems. I'll tell you a small and very short personal story. My mother was a single mom in the 1970s, and for her to have access to financial independence was key to our survival as a family. And I've realized as I was growing up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s back home in Egypt, where everything was just starting to be developed and businesses and so on. Financial literacy was not given to everyone, and financial inclusion and access was not given to everyone. Now, some decades later, and especially post-COVID, when we found a lot of people were left behind, and thousands and thousands of, even millions of people in the Middle East or Asia or Africa were left behind when it comes to their businesses being run simply because they don't have a bank account. Imagine, they don't even have smartphones, they don't have digital access, they don't even have digital literacy. Now, Visa Everywhere was launched, as I believe, in 2015. And they have so far helped so many startups and SMEs that are creating impact everywhere. And hence, the initiative is called Visa Everywhere. I want to stop here and I want to talk about the contribution of the private sector to socioeconomic development, to the 17 goals of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs, to a better world. Post-COVID, we have realized that there is very little access to education, very little access to healthcare, and very little access to financial inclusion. Initiatives by the private sector, such as Visa Everywhere, could enable foundations, enable SMEs, and enable startups that are already contributing heavily to societal impact to be empowered. And instead of reaching remote local areas, we can reach regional areas and we can expand our reach to global areas as well. Today, we have 5 finalists. And not only do they contribute to facilitating access to payments online, but also they give services such as healthcare, education, and other means of basic well-being and basic survival of the human race. I want to talk about the importance of funding to SMEs and to the startups. And what I know from Visa Everywhere is that they do not only give you the resources and the skills and the reach and the network that you need as a startup or as an SME on ground and grassroots level reach, but also you receive funding directly from Visa. That is very important. And why? Because we realize that the private sector contribution to community development, contribution to development in general is extremely vital. We are not in a stage right now where the private sector could only look at profit as means of impact. We have to look at people, planet, and purpose. So actually, I would like to stress on the fact that humanizing brands is extremely important. and that every single company should have a purpose, to help its people internally and to extend a hand to our people outside externally, and to really focus on a human-centric purpose that will eventually contribute to our impact financially, but also on growing the market and growing the consumer reach and making sure that we have loyalty, but also we have social development and economic development. Right now, we cannot, as private sector, ignore the fact that our role is extremely important and that governments and the public sector and education systems cannot do it alone. We have a role to play as the private sector and as advocates for change. Today, you are five finalists representing different countries, representing different sectors, but you have one aim, and that aim is to contribute to humanity and to really help integrate the SDGs in our everyday lives, but also give a better life and a better future for the youth today and the youth of tomorrow. I congratulate you and I applaud Visa for taking such amazing and impactful initiatives. And I do wish you the best of luck, not only today, but also on your journey to expand globally on creating impact and changing people's lives. Good luck, change makers, and well done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miriam, for that very interesting and inspiring discussion and advice you've just given the audience right now. So now, I want to welcome back our five startup finalists, John, Dina, Yomi, Mohammed, and Ayo. Welcome back on stage. I also want to welcome back Otto Williams, one of our judges, as well as Uttam Naik from Visa as well. So welcome on stage as well, because the judges have finally deliberated. So Otto Williams will kick off the winner's announcement. But before we do that, the audience, as we all know, have had a say in the outcome. So thank you so much for everybody who have voted just now, because all of your votes did and do matter. So that audience favorite, to remind everybody tuning in today, will win $10,000 in prize money. So Otto, I want to hand over the microphone to you to announce the audience favorite.
Thank you, Richie. I appreciate it. And I want to say a big thank you to our audience for taking the time to cast their votes. You know, I've actually been extremely impressed by the leaders that we have pitching today and the solutions that they've been pitching to create an impact and make a difference, from, you know, Q Club with John and Nekodlet with Mohammed, Nakapti with Dina, CarePay with Yomi, and Thrive Agric with Ayo. The audience has decided, and the startup with the most votes from our audience goes to CarePay.
Great. Great. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah.
Yomi, congratulations. Congratulations on
Thanks.
winning
Thank you
the
so
audience
much.
favorite. How are you feeling?
I feel great, and I'm thankful. I feel great. It's an awesome experience, and I'm thankful to the audience who decided that they could relate to our product and offer. And I look forward to working with Visa and partners to scale this product. Thank you so much, audience, and thank you to the folks at CarePay.
Excellent. And Otto, really quick, do you have any quick comments as well before we move on to the next? No? I think we'll move on to the next.
I just want to say big congratulations to CarePay and Yomi and to the team. Very well deserved. Our audience has spoken here, and you are the winner of the audience award.
Excellent. Congratulations again, CarePay, and thank you again. So now, next prize. We're going to be announcing the Visa Direct winner. We have invited on stage here Uttam Naik, a new face, but one of the lead judges, as you can see, who's with Visa Direct as Senior Vice President. So he'll be joining us, and we'll be doing the honors to announce this winner. And just to remind everybody tuning in, this startup that will win the Visa Direct Award will receive $10,000. So Uttam, I want to hand the microphone over to you to announce the Visa Direct winner.
Hey, thanks, Richie, and excellent presentation from all the five startups. I can't tell you how impressive it is, and the future of the world is good with these kind of initiatives. At the beginning of the presentation, you said this is the first year we're introducing an award for innovation using Visa Direct. We had an amazing response with participation from many countries across the CEMEA region. And as you saw today, they're solving for real world challenges related to digitizing money movement and addressing industries like how to make payroll move faster or healthcare solutions being more effective, and then solving for liquidity and cash flow and reconciliation for small businesses, just to give you a few examples. It was a tough choice, and I'm thrilled to announce that the winner of the first ever Visa Direct Award for the CEMEA region goes to Nekodlet from Saudi Arabia. And Mohammed, congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's really an honor for us to win the first edition of the Visa Direct competition, and we are really looking forward to do more with Visa and to help the SMEs and the startup with the money movement with their employee and remote worker. Thank you a lot.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Mohammed. And Uttam, do you have any final quick comments before we move on to the ultimate prize today?
No, I mean, just Mohammed, congratulations. I'll tell you, small businesses really decide, the economic development and progress of the economies of countries. And we in Visa focus significantly on it. So I'm looking forward to working closely with you and my team to make this happen.
Sure, that would be an honor for us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mohammed. Mabruk. And now, congratulations again to the first two winners, but we know why we're all tuning in today, because we're going to be announcing now the overall winner announcement for the Visa Everywhere Initiative CEMEA 2022. This startup will receive $25,000 and will be representing the Central Europe, Middle East, and Africa at the Visa Everywhere Initiative 2022 finals that will be happening later this year in Qatar. So Otto, do the honors. Let us know who's going to win the overall winner announcement for today.
Thank you, Richie. Appreciate it. And I do want to say a big thank you to our judges for joining us today and helping to decide the winner. I know this was a very difficult decision. We've had really great solutions and impressive leadership that's shown up to pitch these solutions today. I also do want to say a big thank you to our finalists. You've all done a fantastic job. And these are solutions that have been vetted and selected across a number of competitions that we've had across our CEMEA region. But there can only be one winner. And after careful consideration, the judges have decided that the overall winner of the CEMEA Visa Everywhere Initiative 2022 goes to Thrive Agric.
Whoa. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. This.
Ayo, congratulations. How are you feeling? You're obviously happy, but congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be doing this on behalf of small other farmers across Africa. Thank you so much to the other finalists. Thank you to the judges. So excited. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Excellent. And Otto, before we end this, do you have any quick final comments you wanted to say as well to Ayo?
I do. First, I want to say a big congratulations, Ayo, to you and the Thrive Agric team. This is, absolutely a great achievement, and the judges felt that way as well. You have enabled nearly 300,000 small farmers across Africa so far, with plans to expand to multiple markets. And this could not be better timed than at a moment like this, where many countries are beginning to face food scarcity. And your effort to bring enablement and sustainability to many countries with food security, I think is highly commendable. And we wish you the best. Do us proud as you go to the global finals in Qatar. And we hope that you bring back a win for CEMEA. Congratulations, Ayo.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Ayo. Thank you again, Otto. Thank you again, Uttam. And thank you again. Congratulations again. A very big thank you to our judges and finalists. A very big congratulations to our winners. And finally, thank you to you, our amazing audience, for being part of the CEMEA Visa Everywhere Initiative 2022. To learn more about the Visa Everywhere Initiative, visit visa.com/everywhere initiative. I'm your host, Richie Santos Diaz. Have a wonderful rest of the day and stay safe. Bye.